So chapter 8 is all about sampling. And as you read chapter 8, and perhaps even at the end of this lecture, the word sample is going to lose all meaning, right? And the phrase for when you say a word so much or read a word so much that it no longer has any meaning is a semantic satiation. So just a little bit of extra credit there for you. So sampling. We're going to talk about sampling constantly in this chapter. We've got a few different types of sampling. We've got our simple random sampling. So simple random sampling is when all the members of a population have the same chance of being selected. The next type that we have is our systematic sample. Our systematic sample is when we have a random starting point and then after that random starting point, every kth item, right, where k is just some number, is selected for the sample, right? So this would be, let's say I post up outside of the dining hall and I decide to show up at 12:35 p.m. and I'm going to survey the first person that I find, and then I'm going to count the people, and every 7 people I'm going to survey them. That would be systematic sampling. We're going to talk about each one of these in greater detail. We're just giving a short overview of what they are before we jump into them with some examples. Our third type of sampling is called our stratified sample. A stratified sample is when the population is divided into several groups. These groups are called strata, or strata, however the heck you say that. And then the random sample is selected from each stratum. So then the random sampling process that we discussed as the first one, right, is performed from each stratum, which is just a single, strata is many, stratum is one. So again, we're gonna do some examples, talk about this in greater detail if some of this is confusing at the moment. Oh, Siri's confused. If Siri's confused, we're doomed. All right, cluster sampling. So this is when the population is divided into primary units. And then, just like with stratified, random sampling process is performed to each primary unit. It's important to note these are not the only sampling methods available If you become involved in a major research project, either now in graduate studies or in your career, there's lots of books on sample theory and sample design, right? So this is not the definitive exhaustive list. These are merely the simplest ones and some of the ones that have been most used throughout history, not necessarily the ones that are most used today.